Have you ever walked through Europe and felt like you've traveled through time and across worlds in just a few hours? One minute you're sipping espresso in a bustling Italian piazza, and the next you're admiring Gothic architecture, the quiet German town. It's a continent packed with so many distinct cultures, languages, and histories. This incredible diversity is what makes Europe so magical, but it also raises a big question. How does a continent with so many strong national identities manage to work together as one? How do you stay proudly Italian or Polish or Spanish while also being European? Let's dive into this fascinating balancing act. First, let's talk about the most obvious sign of diversity: language. Europe has over 200 indigenous languages. The European Union itself has 24 official languages. Think about that. Every official document, every parliamentary debate is translated into all 24 languages. It's a massive undertaking, but it sends a powerful message. Your language, your culture is respected here. Unlike a melting pot where everyone is expected to blend into one, Europe is more like a mosaic. Each piece is different, but together they create a beautiful, complete picture. So a kid in Lisbon learns Portuguese at school, a student in Helsinki learns Finnish, and neither is expected to give up their mother tongue for a single common language. This linguistic respect is a cornerstone of European unity. It says we don't have to be the same to be united. Next up are traditions. From the wild tomato-throwing festival of La Tomatina in Spain to the cozy Christmas markets in Austria, European traditions are fiercely local and deeply cherished. These aren't just quaint tourist attractions. They are the lifeblood of communities, passed down through generations. The EU doesn't try to homogenize these traditions. Instead, it often helps preserve them through programs that protect cultural heritage. Why? Because it understands that these local customs are what give people a sense of belonging and identity. You can be a proud Scot celebrating Burns Night with haggis and poetry, and also be a European citizen who benefits from open borders and a shared economy. The two identities aren't in conflict, they complement each other. Your local pride is a building block of the larger European identity, not a threat to it. Of course, this balance isn't always easy. There's a constant push and pull between local pride and the idea of a broader European identity. Some people feel that decisions made in Brussels, the EU's headquarters, are too distant from their daily lives. They worry about losing control over their own national laws and way of life. This is where the principle of subsidiarity comes in. It's a fancy word, but the idea is simple. Decisions should be made at the most local level possible. The EU should only step in when a problem, like climate change or cross-border trade, is too big for a single country to handle alone. This framework tries to ensure that local communities and national governments still have a strong voice. It's a system designed to empower, not overpower, national identity. So how does this play out in everyday life? Look at food. You can drive from France, with its cherished cheeses and wines protected by strict appellation laws, into Germany, with its hundreds of types of sausages, each specific to a region. The EU protects these regional products with special labels. That prosciutto di Parma you love. It has to be made in Parma, Italy by law. This isn't just about good food. It's about protecting local economies and traditions. It's another way Europe says, your local identity is valuable and will help you protect it. It shows that cooperation doesn't mean giving up what makes you special. In fact, it can help you celebrate it on a bigger stage. Another huge area is education and travel. Programs like Erasmus have allowed millions of young Europeans to study in another country. A student from Ireland can spend a semester in Sweden learning a new language, making new friends, and experiencing a different culture firsthand. This doesn't erase their Irish identity. If anything, it often makes them appreciate it more while also building a sense of shared European community. They return home with a broader perspective, understanding their neighbors not as strangers, but as fellow Europeans with their own unique quirks and charms. This person-to-person connection is perhaps the strongest glue holding the continent together. It's unity built on understanding and friendship, not on rules and regulations alone. But what happens when national and European interests clash? This is the core tension. We see it in debates about immigration, economic policy, and national sovereignty. There is no simple answer, and it's a constant negotiation. Some countries feel the EU asks too much, while others want even deeper integration. These debates are a healthy, if sometimes noisy, part of the process. They show that Europe is not a finished project. It's a living, evolving conversation among its members. The goal isn't to eliminate national identity, but to find ways for these diverse nations to cooperate for their mutual benefit. It's about tackling shared challenges like economic stability or regional security that are too big for any one nation to face alone. Think of it like a sports team. Each player has their own unique skills and position. A goalkeeper doesn't try to be a striker, and a striker doesn't try to be a goalkeeper. The team is strongest when every player excels at their own role while working together for a common goal. That's the European model in a nutshell. France doesn't need to become Germany, and Poland doesn't need to become Spain. Each country brings its own history, strengths, and perspective to the table. The unity comes from the shared playbook of democratic values, human rights, and the desire for peace and prosperity. In the end, Europe's great experiment is about proving that unity and diversity can go hand in hand. It's about creating a space where you can wave your national flag with pride at a football match and also hold a European passport that allows you to work, travel, and live freely across 27 different countries. It's a complex, imperfect, and constantly evolving system, but it's built on a powerful idea that we are stronger together, not in spite of our differences, but because of them. Europe is betting that you can have many cultures, many traditions, and many languages, all thriving on one continent, bound by shared values and a common future. So the next time you travel through Europe, pay attention to that beautiful mosaic. Notice the fierce local pride in a small village and the seamless cooperation at a busy border crossing. It's all part of this incredible balancing act. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos exploring the fascinating world we live in. See you next time.